Good afternoon, free enterprise fans. We've got our latest entry in the Twinvitational going on this afternoon, this morning, if you are in Mountain or Pacific time zones, or further to the west than that. And if you are, well, good morning to you. I am Neon Gray. I've got Mechalink with me here in the booth. And on stream today, we have the Sylvan Spelunkers versus the mighty Quaks. Now, both of these teams are... What is the score? It was just...
1-1, right?
Yes, they are both 1-1. And so this should be an interesting match. We'll see how it affects the scores for... I guess we're near the end of the Twinvitational.
Right. So we've got Rosa to start. Rosa, sometimes considered one of the more powerful characters around. We could possibly have both mascot characters start, which I don't think we've had before. So that would...
Yeah, that would be very interesting. Not the most powerful of starts, because they're both, characters who tend to need a bit of help getting it going. But so far, I mean, whoever's gotten their mascot first has gone on to win the match. So if we get that both right away, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, slight edge to the Spelunkers, I guess, on that one, but only very slight.
Well,
all right.
It is one of the Spelunkers, Demarine's birthday today, so let's give her that edge right there.
Oh no, we got the old man.
Oh. And the karate shirt from the Dark Imps.
That's not very helpful. So the Invitational has the Fusoya boss battle flags, right? So we're going to be looking at people wanting to kill bosses to get Fusoya to the point where he's actually functional. At the beginning, he's actually a little worse than Tella.
I mean, yes and no. He can, at the very beginning, just the fact that he has so many hit points and such a high base level can have a huge impact.
That's true.
But both teams splitting up, as is normal for the format. Demarine and Simbu going to go check out Damsian, while Blaze and Silver are going to Baron Inn and seeing it's Edward there.
Not a priority then.
No, I mean, that's always the worst because, it turns an easy boss spot into one you don't want to check. But we're also probably going to be seeing a few quick boss checks early on, too. So if there's a Mist Dragon hiding early on somewhere essential, we're probably going to find that.
Minor divergence, the Sylvan Spelunkers aren't checking the pond. And neither of them grab the airship, the hovercraft, which is weird because you almost always end up using the hovercraft.
Yeah, it might be that they are just going to wait closer to time that they actually need it. Skipping the pond treasure chest is pretty reasonable. And looks like it's Cecil up on Mount Hobbs with the Baron soldiers. Simple enough fight. Gonna pop one of those powerful J items that are everywhere in this seed. And this should take care of the fight neatly. So I expect we are going to see Demarine go to Ordeal at some point. So that's probably her check this seed.
That makes sense. We've got shop checks, interestingly. Moonblaze Wolf really looking for, I guess, arrows. Is the thing that's most likely being done for weapon.
Yeah, that would be my best guess. You can get some decent arrows. Not a lot of other good things in the shops. We are on S2 in this flag set, but you can get decent arrows even above ground.
Yeah, generally the poison arrows, I think, are where you top off.
I think you could actually get mute arrows. I seem to remember buying them the other day on this flag set.
Yeah, I think you're right. Mute arrows or poison arrows, yeah. A CPU at Antlion, I think, or was that Moonspot? One of them is at Antlion, one of them is at Demas.
Yes. In either case, they're both great bosses to see at such an early, simple spot because it is going to take care of, you know, a boss you don't want to see somewhere else. And looks like it's CPU at Demist. Probably wait to take that out until we've got something better to sweep them out with.
Yeah, we've got Edge in the bed. So if we get Sand Ruby, that's a huge pickup, especially if we get there.
If that comes in early, we'll definitely see people with Edge, and that will crack this game open very, very simply.
Is that a Stardust Rod in the basement?
Ooh, I did not catch that. That could very well be.
Protect Ring on Antlion, so...
There is a Heroine shirt and a Moon Veil over in Troya. That will be handy with Rosa.
Yeah, I'll have to watch Silverfire to see if that was a Stardust Rod, because it was a Stardust with something next to it, I thought, which is why it leaked out of me. Nope. Yeah, Moonblaze Wolf just got it too.
Very nice.
So yeah, Fusoya's got the forever activatable item.
And of course, the best black magic rod in the game, which, given his somewhat mediocre casting stats, that will be really nice to have. Not much, but we haven't really found any key items yet at all thus far on either of the checks that we've done, so we're gonna be looking to come up across them either in the trap chests in Eblan, in Fabul, on Mount Ordeals, or behind that Edward.
So hourglasses, silk webs, and star veils in Troya shops. So some of the highest power J items that really help you cheese some of the bosses are here. Or rather, some of the chess monsters, I should say.
Well, there are definitely bosses that'll help you cheese too. We have seen the Dark Imps on Baigon's spot, so that's one of them that will be easily taken out with hourglasses. The game's coughing up the tools we need, we're just not getting anything progress related right now.
And I honestly feel that's pretty common in cave flags. Like it almost always feels like the progress is in the trap chests.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Not seeing anything on either of the two earliest checks feels kind of weird to me, but K4 likes to just shake up everything and throw it all around.
Nothing but eagle eyes in Fabul. Very bad shot.
Yeah, that's Mute Daggers, though. That is a very nice find. One of the better things you're going to see in a weapon shop on the S2 flag.
Right. The big deal with those is that there's a couple of bosses that can be mage killed. And some of those bosses, when they end up at particular spots, if you don't have, other necessary resources, are really, really helpful to have that mage killer on. Mage killer in this game is a 4x damage. All the killers are, so that's a lot of damage.
Yes, and of course, too, there are several trap chests that are also susceptible to that as well. Anything with a Mad Ogre in it.
Yeah. Looking
at Bahamut at Fabul and Fusoya either started with or very quickly got Wall, so this will be no trouble at all. Rosa tossing out some arrows just for fun.
Yeah, it looks like Dem's going with the safe, slow strat of walling up.
Looking at the damage she's cranking out, I do not blame her.
Oh, no, Ice 2, that could probably finish it pretty quick.
Means what? 1,500, 2K, something like that? It's possible, yeah. those iron arrows are not going to cut it. And Cecil, you're trying.
All right, the Quaks finally finished their color setting, so we're all green now on the right.
That's looking good for them. Ooh, Excalibur right there on Mount Ordeals, which, that's very convenient.
Yeah, and the wall strat paid off with Demarine finishing the fight with only the old man. And we get...
a rat tail.
Gee, I guess we might be getting that hovercraft at some point.
Yeah, I wonder if they're kicking themselves now for not spawning that. But still don't have a hook, so.
Well, yeah, that's true. We got Ninja Hat in, and Dem will be coming up on that same Ninja Hat. I think we got a crystal armor as well, so that's money. A crystal hat. So.
Oh,
Masamune, making that edge even more desirable.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those. I think they're in Antline too. Those items being everywhere. Those are one of those things that just make me sit here and go, "What even is K4?" P4.
All right, we got Elven Bow, which is the best buyable bow in Mysidia, and I don't think the other team checked that. So that's that team's actually going to have, until we find another playable bow. The Sylvan Spelunkers have a bit of a range advantage, so to speak. And then Silverfire heads over to Fabul to start checking out the trap chests.
You know, the thing I like about the Elven Bow there is that it counts as mute arrows. Everything in there becomes a mage killer.
Yeah.
Blazes up on Mount Ordeals, taking out, looks like Mylan Zed got bored and wandered over to the other edge of the bridge.
Yeah. Sadly doesn't have any fire attack, so that fight was a little slow, but they got through it easy enough. He's not actually hard, just big pile of HP.
Yeah, slightly longer than it could have been.
And Simbu will be doing Fabul for the Quaks, and we got Calbrenna. If they've got the hourglasses, this should be an easy fight. Stardust Rod actually probably just makes it easy on its own, actually. They got such low HP.
Yeah, this should be quite simple for them.
And we're seeing the hourglasses in, unsurprisingly, in the trap chest as well.
Yeah. Well, you especially want to do it on the Lamia Black Cat fight, because they all have nasty counterattacks. Yeah,
the first two are what you'd know as corals. In the later game, they have Blaster, or Bluster, as it were. And then, yeah, the Lamia has a charm attack. So, yeah, their counters can really slow you.
Yeah. But, hourglasses make everything so nice. Blaze is coming up on the transformation chamber up on Mount Ordeals.
Ribbon in the first trap
and is
pass.
rewarded with a hook from Mount Ordeals.
All right, we got hook for our underground access, and none of those were blocking bosses for underground, so this could, you know, we didn't get the clue that there's a magma key hiding out up top. To explain that there are certain bosses, I think, that can block underground, and I think those are still live in this flag set. Am I wrong?
We are on the B1 flag, which means that the bosses Wyvern, Golbez, and Velvelis cannot be blocking the only source of underground access to.
Yeah, right. So we know that, you know, if one of those bosses had been Golbez, for example, then we know that this hook, despite being underground access, is not the only underground access. But in this case, it's possible we could still find the magma key. The weekly last week actually had exactly that. You had hook and magma key above ground.
Yeah, but as it is, with the way these bosses have fallen out, this could very well be our only underground access. Or this is K4, we could see a magma key up on the moon.
Yep.
A white shirt from the other trap chest that Syl just fought. Good items all around, but not key items.
And then a white shirt in an untrapped chest right nearby. So, you know, some are easy, some are.
Well, Fu and Rosa can both use it. They'll both benefit nicely from it.
Them running the Grimoire strats and getting getting the sylphs, so they're on brand on the left side.
Oh, that's a wonderful sight to see there. Always good to see the ladies coming out for them. And Blaze is picking up Cecil, because you've got that Excalibur right from going up ordeals. Why not? And with such a trivial fight there.
Excalibur, Crystal Hat, like that Cecil's going to be pulling his real quick.
Yeah, and you know you can easily assume on this flag set that you are going to get Avengers, which will make an incredibly powerful character even more so.
Simbu's fighting the Mad Ogres, and Silverfire's about to do the same. Mad Ogres are mages, and also very mad. They hit hard, but like all the trap monsters are just shut down by Hourglass.
Yep, we're just gonna shut them down right there. Both sides have disabled them. For getting through them quickly, there are spells you can do, but you know, Rose has got that Elven Bow equipped. Just hitting them will do the job there.
Yeah. And J Money notes that we did see another ribbon in the random chest, so the headgear situation is pretty well stacked. We've got at least 2 ribbons, and then we've got Protect Ring as well. So statuses are not an issue with this seed.
Yeah, we're very well protected. For a seed where we haven't gotten the Adamant armor yet, which on the T4 is a little surprising.
I just saw Fuso Quake on Demarine's side, and then we just saw Earth Crystal on
from the Mad
Silver.
Ogres, yes.
Yeah. So that lures us towards Flame Dog and a couple of characters. Given that they only have 3 characters right now, and we know that Edward is waiting for them in Baron, that seems like a very strong check, and that might be worse. No, Silverfire is going to do Baron itself.
Yeah. Seems reasonable. It's usually a pretty quick check, and we've got the means to deal with it. It's also 2 bosses for Fu.
Yeah,
Marine gets the news, it's the hook. We're gonna see if that diverts Silverfire to head out to ordeals. I know they do not like at all going to ordeals, but we'll see.
Yeah, we've got Ogopogo at an easy spot, so that's another hard boss down. We've actually gotten rid of a lot of kind of the bosses that can be threatening early, with Ogopogo going down, CP going down, Bahamut, right? Like not being at a fast spot.
Yeah, so this is actually a very favorable seed so far.
Oh, Vanilla Karate Man.
Oh, and I bet I know the very jokes that are going on in their chat right now. But it's Demarine's birthday, I'm not gonna make them on stream.
Oh, we got Artemis Bow in the Troya big pilot chests, so...
Very nice.
There's also some other, like, random stuff floating around, but I think that was the biggest pickup there was...
Yeah. And again, that's something you really want to have on hand.
Yep, and we are going into Zot with Simbu. Spoon!
All of that, and Edward dragging your party down just for a spoon.
Edward can be played. Edward is playing the tick today. Oh, we've got a Bahamut sitting in somebody's inventory, so if Rydia shows up early enough.
Ah, we'll see what happens with that, because we haven't seen any primary Black Mage yet.
Yeah. I mean, we do have Quake on Fusoya apparently, or at least we're close to it. Some of the people have it, some don't. So we do have some AOE capability, but
yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. Simbu fighting the Flame Dog right now.
Demring going to pick up that hovercraft.
Oh, and that was a key item from the Flame Dog, but I did not check what. Oh, it was a pink tail. So with that hook, that is going to be, you know, that you really want to go to outdoor deals on this seed. Like, you really want to go to outdoor deals on this seed.
Yeah. And every key item spot has been accounted for at this point in the overworld by one team or the other, right? So at this point, you have to go to Mount deals on this seed.
So far, yes.
Rat gives us Twin Harp.
Oh, so we might well get music.
I mean, it's Underworld or Twin Harp at this point. Yeah, it's Eblin Cave or Twin Harp right now, so I would be surprised if people didn't split.
Yeah, the interesting thing will be to see if Demarine goes to pick up that Earth Crystal, because it looks like Silverfire has not followed up on that yet. Looks like she's going to get it, at least. Mom waiting on the Mega Sisters. And looks like Blaze immediately just dipped into Zod, just long enough to get that pink tail, because, you know, adamant armor is good.
Yep. And then going down the hook path and probably heading down to Eblin. Unfortunately, that doesn't necessarily lead to a great split right now, because unless we get another key item, right, that the Simbu's going to have to do the same thing.
Yeah, this is interesting because we've got very limited options overall here.
That said, Adamant solves a lot of problems, so they may have to make some decisions, but the murdering will continue.
Yeah, I mean, Adamant makes any possible hook seed a lot easier to swallow.
You got the other old man.
Oh, that's a sight.
Well, at least we have though Simbu doesn't have the hook mark, so I don't think Simbu's done ordeals yet. So we have a particularly bad old man. And then the old man's gonna help you rescue Kane.
Ooh. Oh no, it's a duplicate Dark Knight Cecil.
Oh no! Well, Simbu didn't have anybody, so duplicate Dark Knight Cecil is, I guess, fine. Means that they don't have to actually do that fight. So that saves them time.
But, well, everybody's going to ordeals, looks like.
Yep.
Dr. Lugai here, this is really a hard fight. It's just kind of annoying.
Yeah. And Silver's going to find their Artemis bow soon enough, as they go and loot the Troya, the Troya treasures.
Yep, and haven't seen any follow-up on the Twin Harp yet, but with Blaze heading towards Babil, it looks like we're not going to from the Mighty Quaks.
Coffins and sirens in Eblin. Jeez, it's just like they're telling you what to do once you get to the under.
It's a grinding starter pack.
Silverfire's been fighting the inventory boss in the treasury, which is a bad place to fight it. And there's the Earth Crystal for Demarine as well.
Yeah, so we will see what goes on with the Sylvan Spelunkers situation. And it looks like she was just going in there just to get the key item. Gonna keep going.
Yeah, makes sense. They don't know whether it's going to be worth anything yet.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea to have that in your back pocket if you find out it is worth something. And I mean, the pigtail is good, but this is a seed, right? And they'll find out about that shortly, right?
Yeah. And the question then will be if she wants to head right and go get it, because if she's taking the hook part, that's gonna be a huge help.
And we'll find out if the other key item is anything relevant.
Shortly, yes. Come on, Rosa, you know exit now.
Crystal ring. All right. So good gear down Zot path, but just an old man.
Yeah, that's a little disappointing, but that will come in handy when they're on the moon and doing trap chest checks, because there's dragons in those chests. The crystal ring does provide defense against dragons. Still, it's a bit of a kick in the pants. A lot of time put in to do that for something we'll probably get, like, you know, a shovel full of.
Yeah, it is the rare KC that doesn't end up giving you a pile of really great gear. Simbu just got Quack on his side, so it looks like it's Fusoya at how many bosses? 5 bosses deep gets Quack.
That's very nice, because we're gonna get that early. And meanwhile, the trap chest in Eblan does not, in fact, have any key item, so progress is either going to be
Oh, it's more beard. We found some more beard with Sid in Eblan.
more beard and the coin flip blue robe there. We've either got a water hag on Rubicant or we've got a gauntlet.
Ugh. They're hoping for water hag. Gauntlet's never a pleasant fight. It's not often hard, but it's never.
Yeah, it's gonna take a long time if that's Gauntlet. It won't be as bad for the mighty Quaks because they're going into this with adamant. Demarine did not leave to go pick up that pigtail, so she's just gonna be going in without it.
Yeah, Demarine does have Fusoya large enough for Quack, though, so at least they'll be able to tear through the fights. The real question is what's sitting in front of them. Ogopogo's already been knocked out, but Wyvern, with only, 4 party members, could be on.
Unless the Twin Harp has a Magma Key or Darkness Crystal leading to Magma Key or something else leading down that chain, it can't be Wyvern.
Oh, you're right.
And
we
it's
found
not
Wyvern.
And that spot is so low magic that it just straight up missed Fusoya and Rosa for Simbu.
Okay. So
I guess its ears were burning, because
yeah. So yeah, there's not that much more threatening possibility at the top of the tower.
Yeah. Trying to think of other bosses I wouldn't like to see there. I don't like seeing Vigan anywhere.
That's true.
But we've got Quake that he'll be an annoyance, but not much else.
Yeah, Quake, with such low HP at that position, any split boss ends up falling fairly fast, so...
Yeah. Silverfire is about to get the bad news at the end of Zot. and Blaze is almost done with the Babil battlers. We'll see what's in the box.
Another Stardust rod. I guess Tella's got something to use.
Yeah, that'll come in handy, I suppose.
Oh, hey, Sid's got a rune axe. All right, so Sid's gonna be pumping out good damage.
Assuming he can hit, which, you know, he often can't, but he'll do all right once he gets some levels in him.
Yeah, we did get Ninja Hat atop the, along with the rune axe, so hopefully can get.
Yeah, that should help him out a fair bit.
Simbu is turning on his 2 Ordeals locked characters at the moment, so gonna slog through Mylon Z, Calbrina, and whoever dies quickly at the crystal spot. I actually forgot who that was.
So did I.
They fold so fast. They only have 600 HP. Like, how are you losing at that spot? Like,
yeah,
Wyvern.
like half the time I don't even save before going in there. I've literally never had that be a problem. And Baka Shinobi calling out that Simbu's not even resurrecting 3/5 of his team here, which I don't blame him.
I mean, it's gonna quack it all to death. All right, we're at the top of the tower finally. Let's see who's guarding the blue robes. Oh, first we're gonna check a chest, get some poison arrows, and then figure out who's guarding the blue robe. Leviathan.
Oh, that's moderately annoying, but meh.
We'll see if the Ice 2 can do some damage at this spot. That's the real question. If the Ice 2 can actually punch someone down or not. But actually,
I'm not expecting to see it. Not, this spot's magic is fairly low.
Yeah, they'll probably be straight through to the underworld shortly over on the Quaks side. This doesn't feel like this feels like
Antlion. It was Antlion.
Yeah, you're right. This feels like pretty decent time management on both the team sides. You'll note that while I was wondering what they would do to kind of even out the time, one of them doing ordeals while the other is doing the hook dive, right? Like they really have managed to split this piece up. We noticed how it was very choke pointy for a second, but that the character split that they chose, right, like really helped them have some space here. So that's kind of shows a kind of a high level of play for both of those teams.
Yep, and it's the water hag here.
Sadly, these bosses are still moderately free, so 3 fights and it's gone.
Yep, so I know the mighty Quaks were wanting an interview at around the half-hour mark. So let's just wait for Blaze to get through this fight, then we will, let's have a quick chat with them while, they're doing their walking.
What? An interview?
Yes, because we do, in this wonderful little format, we often will check in with our teams in the middle of the race and just see how they're going, how their strats are doing, all of that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, it would be entertaining if Darkness Crystal was at Twin Heart. That would actually be amazing.
Yes, we will definitely need to ask them about that, about passing that up. Okay. Wait. Ooh. There we go. We should get them shortly in here.
All right. As they get the drill ship.
And And hello, mighty Quaks.
And welcome to the underworld.
Hello.
Oh, how are you feeling about this seed so far? Making pretty good time.
Yeah, I feel like it's going pretty well so far. So we've got kind of the tools we need, and we're just gonna keep rolling here.
Yeah, and I was going to ask why nobody had checked on the Twin Harp just yet, but I see that Simbu is heading there right now.
Yep.
So you get some music out of us.
True facts.
Well, everybody likes a chance to hear some music, and we're very much looking forward to that.
Yep. I think Simbu's gonna finish clearing the overworld, and I was kind of able to pull through Babel, so I'm gonna start doing the underworld stuff now.
How happy were you when that turned out to be Waterhag?
I was very happy. Nothing makes me happier than when that's not Fubul Gauntlet.
Yeah, that adamant armor would certainly help with that if it had been, but that's just like rubber band your A button down.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, we better get the audio back for music, because Simbu is just chewing through this no fights.
Yes, so yes, we will let you get back to it, so everybody all can enjoy the wonderful music incoming.
Sounds good.
Alright, and they are back out of it. Moonblaze Wolf just found the trap chest in the cave, while Demarine is doing shop checks in the underworld.
Yep, looking for all the good stuff. Probably, what hasn't been found yet? Probably looking for wine in the store.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the big one is wine. We have silk webs, we have reflect, we have...
Maybe ethers,
Ooh, legend sword!
Oh!
Legend sword in the trap chest. We are half...
Oh, that's very important to see.
Right, because in the Twinvitational we're on what's called the V1 flags, which are, instead of having the crystal just be a find it and go, you have to find both the legend sword and the adamant. Alright, music's coming up on Simbu's side. Let's see, name that tune.
We'll see if there's value at music today. And that'll be the Serpent Rag from Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, it's...
Serpent... Is it Serpent Rag? It's something Rag.
Yeah, it's party time. That's what it is.
Spinach Rag. I knew it was an S. I don't know why I thought Serpent. That would be very weird.
And we get the other guards at so this should be fairly easy as well, because they are another pair of guys that don't get the boss bit.
Yeah, they'll drop very quickly.
Oh, Demarine's getting some levels up.
Not a decent, not a bad. That's a decent plan. Just get some levels on you to get going.
Another free crystal ring for Moonblaze.
Looks like she's about to do a character check in Dwarf, and maybe see if there's anything good in there as well. I know neither of them like Sid very much either, so they're probably hoping for something a little, not Sid.
You want to trade him in for a younger model?
Well, he's old. He needs some rest.
Diet food and mallets, both complete garbage in the shop at the dwarf. We're going to see who has replaced Leviathan and Asura on Moonblaze Wolf. We got another Excalibur at Twin Harp, so no value but me.
Oh, but we do have one of the most annoying spots to ever find Mist Dragon at Asura.
And we got the base Mylon pack at Leviathan.
That should be simple enough to deal with. one hourglass will disable the gas, and then he's just gonna cast lightning on him.
Yeah. Demarine has found another free fight. In the King Queen Eblon are sitting behind the throne. They're going for a coup, but it's not gonna work.
Yeah, they're just too monstrous for the dwarves to accept them. It's sad, I know.
Yeah. All right, I wonder who that fifth character is going to be, because Demarine only had 4, so whoever they get, if it's not a dupe, they're taking.
Yeah, so let's see who she gets. And we have already seen the one dupe in this seed.
Yeah, that's right. So this should be fresh, new character. Oh, it's the Healing Kid. And D-Lunars, so Quack will take care of that. And we've got 2 white mages.
Yeah, 2 white mages and Fu. Somehow I suspect that, you know, if we ever see anybody join, you know, I mean, even Demarine, the lady who loves white mages, so that might be too much white mage for her.
Yeah, we have the first Edward Ditch on a Silver Fireside.
Yes, well, he did his job by keeping his seat warm.
Just an illusion out of Mylon, always disappointing.
Yeah, the question is he gonna go for Mist right now? It's gonna be doable with the Adamant, but
yeah, Mist is. We got white arrows out of dwarves.
White spear, I think.
White spear. Okay, so that's a little better.
Yeah, except we've already found like 4 of them, and no cane anywhere to be found.
Yeah. All right, so dwarf. Yeah. Not high priority. The Sylvan Spelunkers really do like checking Babel, so stopped to Babel for a second and then set back down.
That's just mean. Demarine is well known for hating going to Babel, hating Tower Key, and
but there's so many chests.
That mean Silverfire sending her there on her birthday.
Anything and greatness at any cost. You know, you got to win them. Oh. No, they've audibled. All right, we're going. All right, we're sending her off to the home. And Moonblaze is going after Derek.
Should be simple enough. Nuke will get the job done.
Demist pattern is pretty simple. It's 3 physical attacks and then gives you a whole bunch of time to heal up while they're in mist form, and it's right, like as long as you have 4 characters, usually you can beat Demist. It just takes a while.
Yeah, and with Nuke coming out, it's fine. It's just annoying.
Yeah, both of the Simbu and Silverfire are finding their underground access. You know, Simbu a little farther ahead on that than Silverfire, but they'll both be getting there shortly because we know these bosses just aren't a challenge.
Yeah, shouldn't be too bad on either of them. So the difference in time getting through, I think, is not going to be too bad there.
All right, Demarine is going to be happy to find Legend in a second. Sand Ruby and the Derek Mist kill gives us reason to go up top. Serious reason to go back up top for Moon. Get that 5th character slot as Edge.
Yeah, and that's very convenient too, because you can just walk to both places in one sweep. And with all this Edge gear, that's such a great find.
Now, this is about the right time to make that split. Simbu's about to get underworld access, so Simbu can take over underworld checks. Oh no, we're going to have Moonblaze.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to start checking Sylph.
Might just be doing the check on Yang for the first Sheila check.
Maybe, yeah, to make that Luca key on Demarine. So
Meh.
we missed that when people went through previously,
Yeah,
but yeah.
too excited about that Legend Sword, which
Yep.
nobody's excited about Luca Key.
Unicorn cross and exit. Unicorn, the bug item.
And yeah, let's talk about that a little, because in the Cave Eblin trap chest, it's an interesting interaction that we've seen with the cash flag, which will turn low-value items into cash. Now, a trap chest can't have cash, so if it's a chest in something like Eblin, I think that's the only place it can happen. If it's something like a unicorn that would be turned into cash, it will get turned into, an item again. It'll get turned into the key item, in this case, that has the same value as it. For the unicorn's case, that's going to be a legend sword. The Baron key from Mist.
All right, so that's another possible piece of progression and another possible character, along with 3 bosses. We don't have any maxed out foos yet. But yeah, the unicorn thing was just an interesting bug that people ran into, and at some seed ended up having duped legend swords. Just, oops.
Yeah, it's something that has come up in the past, because I remember hearing about it a few months ago, something like that occurring. But honestly, people weren't playing K4 as much on stream, with people watching and in large groups. So as the 2v2 format's kind of kicked off, we run into it again.
Yeah. All right, Moonblaze has picked up Edge and now has a very high-powered party.
Yeah, like, I would be perfectly satisfied just taking that one straight to the bank.
And then, yeah, gonna do the Sheila check. Sheila won. Simbu getting their legend sword, as Demarine works hard on getting their illusion.
Yeah, it's interesting. Everybody really is on even footing here. I wouldn't say anybody's really ahead or behind at this point.
And the old man looked like he wanted to go for a nap for a second, but remembered he's here to see Sheila. And we get a glass hat, so
She
nothing
just wants
doing with
everybody
Sheila.
to be safe. She wants you to be safe.
All right, so we've got Silverfire's doing sylphs. Demarine's finishing out the. So yeah, they are holding back on tower, hoping for that tower key to make that less suck. Whoa! Are we getting Luca key play?
Looks like my stream is hung up. I'm gonna reset.
Okay. No, we're getting Luca key play out of Simbu. They took the Luca key right out of the monster chest and are going for it. This is a lot of people skip this check because it's a bit of a walk.
But it's a quick check too. So...
Yeah, honestly, I like doing this check a lot in general because it's a surprisingly quick check for such a walk. It's honestly basically about as bad as doing Twin Harp except without the music cutscene. So
yeah, and it's nothing you can't reset out of. So.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is you can actually reset out of it. And if you get something, you end up warping out of it, so it's not even that bad to exit.
Yeah, the big problem is that the boss can be kind of nasty, but I think they're in fine shape for it now. Yeah,
as we've mentioned, they've chewed through a lot of the most painful bosses already, so...
Yeah, of course, we've also chewed through a lot of the free bosses, too, so they're gonna have to work for it no matter what, but it's not gonna be as bad as it could be.
Simbu correctly rotating saves so they don't get stuck if they try to reset out.
That's very important. That's one of those things. That's a mistake you only ever make once.
Yeah, Moonblaze making that Baron key play, trying to see if Derek's going to pay off or not, while Damarine's going back in to get access to Derek in the first place. The Quaks have not checked any of the Sylph checks, so that's the big thing that the Sylvan Spelunkers are doing that they haven't. And we get Wind Spear out of, so no thank you, Luca Key.
Oof, not something you want to see there.
Yeah, especially with the randomly spending a tent, so like it took even a little more time then.
Yeah, but you know what? Now we know never to go there. And we're gonna get the Sylph checks out of Simbu.
Makes sense. We got an elixir out of one of them. I don't think we've gotten anything out of Sylph. I don't see any key items marked that weren't marked before, so now Sylph's been looking pretty much. We did pick up an Asura somewhere, so Viridia continues to look like she might actually be good if she showed up, but at this point, the teams are so high powered already. A Baron. It's the Gauntlet! This is an incredibly easy fight, but the problem is that it's 6 fights with an inventory drop, a mandatory drop in the middle of them too.
4,000 hit points split up over 6 fights, none of which can really hurt you very much. So we found out that it's been a military coup, Baron.
All right, Demarine getting the Sand Ruby news. We get an Aegis shield out of the Centipede chest for Silverfire, which is a fine shield, but not what we're looking for. More monsters for Silverfire. Another pack of ghosts. Ghosts are kind of the worst fight in this group because they're fast enough that they get to take 6 actions almost every time. So
and it's
usually
6 actions with an animation.
Yep, six fire 2s almost every time, and there's 3 groups of these suckers in Sylph Cave. So that's the biggest time loss in Sylph Cave. That's the rest of them are pretty normal, right? Like the marbles aren't great, but they're usually beatable. But the ghosts just take forever. Especially if you don't have an AoE, it's absolutely miserable.
Yeah, but we do have an AoE, so down they go. What do we have here?
It looks like Damarine's gonna go to the tower after all.
Oh, worst birthday present ever. It's interesting that she's not checking Miss, but tower is, more checks, so I can see it.
First trap chest in tower is the package. Hey, now we really can go to Miss.
Yeah, that's something everybody wants to see. No, they don't. Nobody wants to see a package.
Edge is blitzing it up. Anything to get those monsters dead quicker. And another Artemis bow. So if Sid wanted to bow up, that's actually looks like exactly what's happening. Poison dwarf, yeah. Poison axe. Interesting. The silver doesn't have the rune axe that we've seen other people put on.
Yeah, I'm not sure where we picked that up.
No, me either. I know that they had it immediately when Sid came up, but I don't know what. We got white on
Fuso, it's Kane and Baron.
All right, so white magic and white spear access.
Goodbye, Sid.
Yeah, I think you replaced Sid. Yep, but this is the not quite the cannon party, but it's certainly a late game party.
Yeah, it's right now Blaze is putting together pretty much my favorite party for the entire game, just to have.
Yeah, having Kane access is always nice, especially with one of the big kind of stoppers right now. Valvolus is still out there. If we had run into Valvolus without picking up Kane, right, like that could have really put a crimp in somebody's day. But
yeah, we haven't seen any Avengers yet, which both Kane and Cecil really want, but it's T4. They gotta be out there somewhere, right?
Right. Yeah. No Crystal Sword either. So, I mean,
Excel's
Cecil's not as
fine.
overpowered. Yeah, Excel's fine. Like, Cecil's not as overpowered as he could be, but... Alright, and Baron shows us Kane and the Power Shirt. I mean, Power Shirt's good, but it's not what we want for that length of cutscene.
But we do still have Odin's slot to check, and
That's true.
Blaze is in very good position just to head down there and see what there is and to be had.
Yeah, it's become a little more common to try and do Odin before you do the King. If you're overpowered enough. It's grandstanding, but because you have to walk out of Baron anyway, where like it ends up just being like the slightest bit less walking. Yeah, but still, you are doing Odin, right? Like with no save point, right? Like so, Lord forbid it be an actual dangerous buff.
Yeah, that's. I don't think the time benefit for doing that is ever worth it.
I don't know. If you're already like at like level 50 something, you're probably fine.
Maybe, but yeah.
I only saw something white out of the. Because we still don't have the pan, right? Like so, nothing out of Sylphs. It looks like Demarine's seen all of the trap chests, and has not gotten anything interesting out of them. Magus Sister's at the top of the tower. This is a good spot for them because it has enough HP to make them live.
Yeah, and of course it is the lowest magic power spot in the entire game.
Yeah, so they'll be able to survive, but sadly they will not be able to do much damage. So the melees out of the Middle Sister are going to be the biggest threat here, and those usually aren't enough to do the job.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
All right, we've drilled back up to the overworld on Silverfire's side, and they are going to... Yep, this is the Sheila check. Disappointment will range. Oh, Golbez at Odin spot. Ugh.
That's a pain, but that shouldn't be too bad to deal with. Just,
Yeah, the problem is that Golbez is essentially just a cutscene tacked onto a fight.
yeah, it's, I mean, Baron's certainly a time-consuming location. We'll see if that's good time.
So right now, we still have no moon access, and we're looking for the adamant. So right now, both of those things are kind of what we really want to see.
Oh, and the pan is at the top of the tower.
So if Demarine's so lucky, now they get to leave the tower and go over to Sylphs.
Yay! And Silverfire is gonna give us some music while they go for their extra Excalibur.
Hey, we got edge, so that's an extra dart, really.
Yeah, well, Syl does not have that Sand Ruby, and the Spelunkers have not checked on it yet, I don't think.
No, Sand Ruby was Derek, right?
Right, Syl has not done that yet, so... Damarine, I believe, has.
Right.
I'm not seeing it lit up on our tracker, but I'm pretty sure she got it. We'll have to wait until our next inventory check to see that.
Yeah, and Demarine's gonna go panning for key items. This gets you 2 key items in the K2 and up flags. So, yeah, they've already checked the other first Sheila item on this team, so they're only gonna get 2 more pieces of information. But still, usually the pan is a good check.
Oh, Golbez has the adamant.
Golbez has the adamant, right? So now we're just looking for moon access. And then
so that team is going to be required.
Yep. Oh, where does that?
Question just is now, how do we get up to the moon? How do we get to 0?
Yeah, that's a good question. What do we have?
Oh, tower key from the Sylphs.
Okay.
And
tower keys possibility. Right on time too. Right after you finish, right after you finish tower, pan to tower key. Oh man. And yeah, the Quaks haven't done tower yet, and this makes it clear that they're not going to get the tower key before they go dive tower. It's not there.
Yeah, and they're just gonna. Looks like Deborah's just gonna check these last two chests in Sylv, which I don't think Syl did.
Yep, and looks like Simbu's got has the information now and is gonna go get that Derek.
Yeah, so either Syl, Sheila. Ooh, that's a crystal sword there. Very nice to see. So either Sheila or the tower key is going to lead to
Artemis arrows out of the shop.
Ooh.
It's out of the this shop breaks the rules basically. Like this shop can have like anything. So you will, often find things that you won't otherwise get on the flag set in this shop. And in this case it's Artemis arrow.
Yes, so that's a very nice find there.
All right, because if their moon access ends up being pass, right? Like then we're on egg grind, right?
Yeah, except we haven't found. I don't think anybody's come across a pass yet.
Right, exactly. That's like we're missing pass. Like it's pass or darkness. And if it's not, and the darkness gives you a grind option, and the pass leaves you with just having to do the egg grind. I mean, the darkness crystal has to be somewhere on the blue planet. It's just, but it's possible that, for example, it's possible that it ends up being right, like one of them's in tower and one of them's in Sheila.
So let's take a look here. We're about to get the full Sheila check from Demarine.
And Silverfire's diving back down probably for Derek. Although the
Legend Sword right now.
Mm-hmm. And the Spelunkers haven't done Luca Key either. They don't have that knowledge.
Oh, Sheila has the Darkness Crystal. Let's hope the Demarine goes to Baron and not the moon.
Yeah, this could be very dangerous for the Spelunkers if they go off to the moon instead of having somebody do Baron, right? Like that's just hopefully they're getting hopefully they're getting their experience out of it because yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. I noticed too that she has not gone to cash in that key, that sand ruby. Come on, where are we going? Go to Baron. Oh,
it's got to be Baron.
Sand ruby? Oh. Where are we going? Phew. Okay, she's going to Baron. Because that would be a terrible rabbit hole to fall down. Oh no, please don't be just buying cabins before going. Oh no.
Yeah.
She's going to the moon.
This looks like the moon.
Oh no, land and go to Baron. Please land and go to Baron. No, don't save. Oh wait. Okay, yes, go get Edge. Edge is good, then take Edge into Baron.
Yeah, and the Quaks are doing what we now know to be the necessary tower dive to get Darkness Crystal. They are actually a little rabbit holed, but Simbu's doing the Baron work right now, so Simbu will be able to at least be somewhat productive.
Yeah.
Pigeonholed, I should say.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of options right now. But they will. They're closing in on go mode as they go through the tower.
Yep. And Silver is on Derek.
So clearly the plan is for one of them to check Baron, because they know they get the Baron key from it. But it would be a real shame to see them waste a lot of time on a dead moon at this point.
And there's Demarine going to the moon. It looks like it's going to be check Baron on the way off the planet, which is an efficient check. Unfortunately, we know that that's not going to work out well for them.
Yeah.
And now it's time for the big whale song.
Everybody's favorite big whale song.
Oh my god, it's a whale.
Well, maybe if Demarine's lucky, she'll find something good, like a stack of Avengers or a stash of adamant armor.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, they could get something that makes things a lot easier for them. And there's Sand Ruby for Silverfire.
The sad thing here is that, this is a perfectly good check that Demarine's on her way out to do. But,
right. And so this is something where in the Magic community, we refer to things a little differently. In Randomizer, it's often common to say that they're making the wrong play when they're making a play that we know isn't working, right? Like Demarine and Silverfire are making a very good play, right? Like it just won't work out for them, right? Like play correctly got punished, as they say.
Yeah, like rando gonna rando, and
yep. We will see, because nobody's high enough level yet, so everybody's going to go in at the earliest level they think it can. Ooh, Silverfire is not immediately going to Baron. They are checking Luca, which we know is,
probably
again, this is this is efficient routing. It's just we know that it's not where they need to be.
Yeah, like. And that's the thing, like, I'm really down on this moon play, but it's because I know it's not going to pay off. As plays go, it's a good play. It's the play she should be making. It's just not the right play.
Right, exactly. Like, it's not the play that gets them there, which is unfortunate when you see it happen. Simbu is in the process of getting their adamant, while Moonblaze is in the process of doing the only checks available to them, which will be Pan into Tower Key, and then kind of, to some degree, the Sylvan Spelunkers are hoping that Moonblaze immediately dives Tower Key again, rather than going to Sheila.
That's their big hope right now, just because, if they can... If something terrible could happen to the mighty Quaks, the Spelunkers can still pull this off.
Yeah, because right now the Quaks don't know where the moon access is.
Yeah.
Right. Like there just aren't many options left because they'd already done Luca Key. Right.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's going to be: do they go to the Sheila or they go back up the tower? Is going to be what Moonblaze has to ask question. And for the Sylvan Spelunkers' sake, they have to hope that it's up the tower, because that will burn a minute or two that the Sylvan Spelunkers really need to be able to claw back.
Yeah, and they're going the tower.
And they're going to the tower, all right. So that'll definitely help out. And now with Silverfire having done Luca and finding it empty, assumedly her next check is straight to Baron, and will in like 3 to 5 minutes end up finding out that.
Oh no, it's also tower. What if this is pass?
Oh, if this
could
is
be pass.
If this is pass, like I said, that makes it interesting for the grind differential.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because that will make it so. Right, like if that makes it different on the grind, and actually if the Quaks only method of the moon is pass, right, like then they both go
Yeah.
like that direction, right? Like so it'll be interesting as it differentiates the grind and thereby, right, like the risk and the speed of the ultimate result. So let's see. Silverfire's right. Silverfire has to go to the top of the tower.
And there's Simbu not even bothering freeing Baron, just gonna leave it in the control of the military. Or I guess the Baron military.
Yeah,
And,
it's the Baron military, yeah.
Yeah, it was a
So, yep.
it was an internal coup. Yeah.
And again, like with Silverfire, where like she does tower, right, like get pan, right, like so this is Silverfire getting the pan to get the darkness crystal, right?
Yeah.
Like so yeah, it's gonna be, we know that the Spelunkers are, what was the drop? It was not the pass. Well, no, we don't know yet. That's right.
Yeah, we're about to get it.
All right. Yeah. If this is pass, then things get interesting. If it's not pass, then everything is determined for the Quaks because there's only one slot left.
Yeah. So let's see what is on that airship that's coming for him.
Yeah, they didn't like the Baron King sitting on his butt anymore, so military coup. Shoved Golbez into the base.
Yeah. They're doing fine. They've turned pass. Oh my gosh, it's the pass!
It's the pass. Okay, so the Quaks are going to think that the moon access is tower, and they are going to egg grind. The Spelunkers are going to think that the moon access is darkness crystal. The question again, right? Like I mean, speed wise, I think this favors the Quaks, but wow.
The big question is here. Silverfire is going to go and take that pan and whack Yang to get the tower key. The question is, do they go cash that tower key right away? And I think that's the plan, because otherwise I don't think, well, I guess either way they're gonna want the darkness crystal, but I think that is my best guess as to the plan.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. They've been doing this very efficient routing, and that makes sense from this efficient routing point of view. And it's Demarine's not going to come back to Earth to check the tower key spot, right?
Yeah.
So Silverfire's going to check tower, find the pass, and still not know where the adamant is. And at that point, it's either Baron or splitting up the moon.
Yeah.
And yeah, we see the Quaks on the egg grind. The J items gives us access to sirens in shops, and the rare eggs here are worth just a good chunk of experience, and they put up no fight at all, a little under 2,000 HP. We have the key items necessary for the big experience amounts too, I think. Yep. So how hard do they grind? Right, like we've got dead weight, and we've got dead weight and 4 playable characters. Cecil's always your anchor.
Yeah, I mean,
we don't have a mage that gets nuke on anybody's side, so it's 45 on Cecil and go. Right?
Yeah,
like,
I
plus
mean,
anything else you.
yeah, like you've got a perfectly solid core party there, you know, with the full Rosa Cecil, that will flatten Zero no matter who else is in the party.
Did we ever see Ether 2s?
I don't believe so.
I don't remember seeing either 2s or Cure 3s to any significant degree. I'm looking for them in inventories now because, right, like, it's not like you need them with this party, but all right, it's actually taking Cecil above 46, so that 445, which means that Cecil is now a worse anchor. I'm not sure if that's just because they want to have power, or are they actually going to grind to 55?
Hard to say. I wouldn't worry terribly much at that point. Like, you know, a high-level Cecil, you know, he's a worse anchor, but he will flatten 0.
It's true, it's true. It's just that if you end up stopping at just before the right point, right, like, it starts to get nasty. But 33 is still fine, right? 33 is not a bad agi to have. 40 would be a bad agi to have.
You know, yeah, but you know what? Slap a crystal sword on him, zerk him up. You know what? Move your adamant armor over to him. You're good.
Yeah.
And yes, for Xeres and anyone else who is new to the format, this is a co-op race. We have 2 teams facing off against each other. Each team has their own voice channel. They're sharing strats, locations, recipes, birthday wishes, because it is, as I've said before, one of our racers, Demarine's birthday. Everybody be sure to wish her a happy birthday, maybe drop her a follow, drop her a sub, get yourself a really cute sylph emote, and of course follow all of our other racers as well. But follow Demarine especially, it's her birthday.
Yes, happy birthday to Demarine. I know that Demarine and Silverfire have had to have some conversations about whether it's okay to put an adamant, to put Artemis arrows and bow on Palom and Porum, and then use Bacchus wines because, you know, she's only 6.
Syl is about to get that pass.
Yeah.
Where the real question after this is, do they go to Baron after this?
I think that given the efficiency routing of their checks, I think that's exactly what they're doing. Again, Demarine's not going to come back down to Earth, to the blue planet to do these checks, right? Like, so she's going to do Baron. They're going to find, right, like, Adamant there, and right, like, it's, to me, honestly, it's a question of, does somebody on the Quaks finish before? Because the Quaks haven't actually made a play, right? Like, it looks like Moonblaze Wolf is about ready. But like, the Quaks haven't actually finished yet, and that, you know, that means that, you know, no information has been given out as to, you know, where everything is. Using up some of those gold apples, more J items, more HPs, 2 Bahamutes, legendary dragon.
And Rydia, of course, nowhere to be found. She's probably hanging out on the Giant or something silly like that.
Yep, hanging out on the Giant. Yeah.
Maybe she's at home in this. Nobody has bothered to check the package because why would you?
Exactly. Yeah, no, package or Giant, right? Like, 2 long cutscenes.
Oh, and looks like we are about to see Blaze go into the fight. So, there's something that we are all expecting everybody to hear. So, Blaze and Mecha, let's let you say it.
All right, so the question is, whose butt are we going to kick today? Because we have the Z flag at the end of our big string of letters there, and the Z flag means that instead of fighting the vanilla, giant, amorphous, horrific blob of dark terror, we fight a, you know, one of many custom sprites that Shala Kitty has and others have put into the randomizer for exactly this purpose of entertainment. I recently ran into Armosmus, because the Armos Knights are, you know, are a core part of the randomizer, you know, community now.
No. Oh, Syl, no.
Oh no, Syl. Oh, I mean, it's a calculated gamble, but man.
Oh, no. No. Oh, what? Oh.
Ah!
That's...
That is one big alien thing. Vortimus.
Still, no, don't do this. Don't do this.
Okay, thank you, Sherlock. It is apparently the Vortex Queen from Echo the Dolphin. Apparently, Echo the Dolphin is a fun, game with a horrifying undersea monster. Is I guess not that surprising.
Yeah. So we are about this because So now we are in the 0 fight for Blaze, and I expect Simbu will be along shortly thereafter.
Yep, there's Simbu going to get their Darkness Crystal.
Yeah, probably a little bit faster than going all through for the tower at that.
Mm-hmm.
Because just having to go back underground, back in to get the pass, etc. So, I think with the extra walks back and forth, I think it's a bit of a wash on time. Not a huge difference, I don't think.
I guess I probably would have preferred getting the pass just because, right? Like the walk of shame does take a bunch of time too.
Yeah.
I mean, this cutscene, the cutscene when you go and find out who's at the moon spot, like the walk of shame itself, right? Like, see, like goes and gets Darkness Crystal and then goes to the pass anyway. I mean, that's just weird, but I mean, whatever they want to do.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Might have thought better of it at the last moment, so who knows? That we can save that one for the interview.
Yeah.
And looks like how are they breaking that up on the Spelunkers side? I'm not sure.
I mean, it looks like Demarine is going chest-wise all the way down, while Silver Fire catches up.
Yeah, could be.
Taking care of some of the middle chests, it looks like.
Yeah.
Either some of the middle chests, or they've done a really good job of coordinating what's in which chest. Wait, no, they picked up a white spear for no reason, right? Like, there's no way that. So yeah, it looks like Demarine skipped over a bunch of the middle chests and left them for Silverfire to come up behind and grab. Which, again, good routing. Just yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's not
Moonblaze still in the fight, still berserking their way through it.
Yeah, like he should absolutely shred Zero with this party.
Going with the Fusoya, going with Psych strats. Psych is not a fast spell, but it does know how to get you a whole bunch of MP. And we're in Meteor phase. Rocks fall, nobody dies.
Well, Zero dies.
Yeah. And
GG to Blaze.
GG to Moonblaze. And now the Spelunkers know that they're on a clock, because essentially every second that passes is kind of 2 seconds to their contributed team time, whereas right now only every second is only 1 to their opponent's team time. So, right, every second they're falling, they're giving Simbu another second, extra second to finish, essentially, right?
And Demarine is exiting out. Might be taking that as a cue that.
I think that that's a smart thing. I think that the second that they see that, they have to assume that it was easier to get, and they've checked so much on the moon that it's like, how could it possibly be anywhere but barren, right?
Yeah,
so I think that this is a good. I think there's a good use of meta knowledge. The question I think for them is going to be what levels are they at, right? Like, can they go after Zeromus quickly, right? Because like Simbu, right, like isn't in the fight yet. If Simbu doesn't manage to clear it out effectively,
looking at Syl's hit point totals right now, I think they'll be good for it, especially once they're out of this fight. A little bit low, but not dangerously low.
Mm-hmm.
And she just wailed straight to Baron, and so that.
Yep. And if they're really sharp, they'll realize that it wasn't like it is more likely that it is Odin than not. Because this wasn't an early thing, it was a late thing.
Yeah.
Right, because you can finish Baron Castle itself earlier, so it is slightly more likely that it's Odin than Baron King proper.
Yes and no, because it was still through that Mist Dragon at Asura, so.
Right. It was late, but like it wasn't that. You know what I mean? Like that fight is easy enough that you could have done it a little earlier. I don't know. Like I feel like it's slightly more likely to be Odin, but it's not a huge kind of thing either way.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not sure I agree. Just with where the just with where it came in.
That's fair. Maybe I'm just having wishful thinking.
Yeah, I think you'd definitely be right if we'd gotten the Baron key earlier on or an easier way. But, And Simbu pulls 0.
All right. Simbu's got good HP totals. As long as Rosa doesn't take a double tap, she'll be fine. So yeah, this should be doable. Although apparently they can't find the crystal.
Oh no!
Apparently they can't find the crystal. They forgot to forge it. Oh wow. Okay, so now I guess they're really glad they have the pass. Darkness crystal, cat claw, no crystal. Wow. Wow. Oops. Okay.
This could be huge for the Spelunkers.
Yeah. I mean, this is glad that they're using the pass to get there, because if they were, deep in the moon, right, like that's an even longer cutscene. So going down to forge the crystal, Demarine did do Baron.
Oh,
that
gosh.
Means the gauntlet.
Yeah, he dropped it off but didn't pick it up.
That's I've never done that before. That's a good one. All right.
That's amazing.
All right, so we got a crystal. We are ready to try and kick the butt of some sort of undersea monster from the Echoverse.
That's another thing we'll have to definitely check in on the interview there. And let's...
Alright, Demarine's about to pick up a heal potion because that guy always drops a heal potion. Boink.
Yeah, and... well, let's hope she sticks to the play after she's gotten her power shirt.
Yeah, Demarine and Silverfire definitely have enough levels. The second that they... the problem is that it's going to take Silverfire forever to go back down to Baron.
Yeah, like that's going to eat up a lot of time.
Yep.
And as Invenerable says in chat, Golbez takes a while.
Yep.
But, it certainly looks like Demarine's got the levels.
Yeah,
I think 4,000 hit points on Cecil.
Yeah, I think Demarine and Silverfire have plenty of levels. Bye, Kane.
I've always said when somebody drops them, but I don't blame her. That party is good to go.
And right after Silverfire finds a Drain Spear on the moon, I mean, what more could you ask for?
A good weapon. I mean, I've done the Kane solo on Zero with Zeromus, with a Drain Spear. I don't recommend it, especially when you don't have an Avenger.
Yeah, that does not sound like much fun. All right, and Vortimus is back.
I'm really surprised to hear that was Echo the Dolphin, just because that is I would have thought that was like Alien or something.
Yeah. Nuke misses because that's just where we are today.
Cast
they
it too
use
early,
Sylvan.
probably. Yeah.
No, enemy nuke.
Oh, that's what I get for
Like
looking
the
at
counter nuke
screen.
missed. Yeah, they use Silk Web, so Vortimus is very slow, and yeah, their Roses, like I said, like if their Rosa takes a double tap, they're in trouble. But other than that, like they should be fine. Demarine's about to. Demarine will probably get the news about where the adamant is, just right about when Simbu is wrapping things up. I guess we'll see.
And yes, for J Money in chat, who is just checking out on what all would need to do, they have done demist, which rewarded the Sand Ruby. From there, all they would need to do is
is that Simbu? Simbu got the flash, and now it's their stream blanked out for a second. Is Simbu done?
Looks like, yes.
Kind of looks like, but something weird has happened with the cropping. I'm waiting for the timer to stop. Yeah, something's happened there. Oh no,
Yeah.
that is Moonblaze's stream, right? Not sure what happened on Simbu's stream.
Oh, yeah, yeah, looks like their stream died. Let's
Okay, no, the Shala is just saying that there's something happened on her end. She's fixing it right now.
Okay.
Simbu's timer hasn't stopped, so I assume that Simbu's not quite done yet.
And
Gold apple from the Wyvern spot.
silver.
Silver, AU, you're right. No, AU, gold.
AG is silver.
Yeah.
Argent.
Sorry,
Argent. Yes.
Yeah, I saw AU, so.
Oh, I saw AG.
Okay.
One of us
right.
is right.
One of us is right. All right, so, yeah, the Silver Fire is exiting out and going back to Earth because the crystal
Demarine
is
has
about
found
to...
adamant.
There's the adamant. And, yeah. Oh, look. Again, Fusoya is out of the MPs. Are we nerfing this in time?
I don't think they even need to nerf.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean-
he's not nerfing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a reflect thing. I wouldn't even bother with that.
It's more that we saw a shake, so I think Rose is going down here.
Oh yeah.
And if it's not nerf,
We're gonna
Fusoya could go down too. No, but Rose is down. All right.
Looks like it's for MP reasons. But...
Yeah. Oh man, if this had been followed up by virus phase, but no.
No, it's Meteor phase.
Meteor phase, and nobody dies, and Cecil hits again, and that's it. And Simbu finishes.
Well, given that these Spelunkers haven't finished at all yet, I will say that we can pretty confidently say that this is the mighty Quaks win here.
Yep, GG to the Quacks, Simbu's final time being 1:31:43 for the combined time of... Oh no, doing math on stream. That was a terrible idea. 2:53:42. There we go. All right. So...
Yes. So GG to the mighty Quaks. Let's see about getting them in here.
Not 53. I can do math. I have a degree in it and everything. Yeah, let's get the Quacks in here.
Okay. Where's the button for that?
Spelunkers have the tiebreaker. Can Venerable want to explain to us what the tiebreaker is? Okay, so all right, that explains it. The tiebreaker for the semis.
Okay, yeah. So looks like they're gonna replay each other in the semifinals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like.
Oh, there we go. You asked Charlotte for kelp, and it appeared. Wait, no, that's not kelp. GG's to both of you.
Thank you.
So I've got two questions. First off, I noticed that last-minute check on Sheila after the pass had been had. Was there any particular thought behind that?
It was just team miscommunication. I heard top of tower to get Pan, and then go to Sylph Cave, and then I thought it was turn in the Pan to Sheila, but oh no, I was supposed to go do Tower Key, and then to make things worse, for some reason, I forged the crystal, but I never grabbed it.
Yeah, that was the big second question, the real elephant in the room there. How did that feel when you went to go open your inventory and oops?
It definitely felt a little bit like a knock in the head, because it's like I just wasted more than 40, probably a minute, doing the dumb darkness crystal thing, but I was so glad that I decided to go back and get the pass instead of just run to because if I hadn't and I got to Zeromus and didn't have the crystal,
yeah,
that was a real heartbreaker. That
would have been so much worse, yeah.
Yeah, I was watching your inventory for what you were going to do right out of the gate, and I'm like, wait, there's no crystal here. Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just that we had everything coming right at the same time. I know that I was forging the crystal right about the time that Moonblaze found the pass, so it was like I probably just went into, I need to go grind and get my level. And, I'm going to go right after this pass, and
yeah, that seed went from kind of halfway there to we have the crystal to we have full go mode, all in the span of just a few minutes. And I think we were all just really excited. And at the end there, we also just knew that the darkness crystal for sure had to either be at lower tower, dwarf castle, or behind the pan. So we knew we were really close, and it just kind of accelerated all the excitement, I think, and just kind of led to a little bit of those miscues.
Oh yeah, well, they certainly didn't stop you from securing a win today, so no harm, no foul.
Thank goodness, yeah.
Yeah, we probably lost 3 or 4 minutes because of me being silly right there, but overall it wasn't a big loss. I'm kind of surprised that the other team hasn't even had a finisher yet. I assume that maybe they found darkness before they found the adamant or something.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Oh no.
But they are actually just coming up to 0 right now, so they do basically the moment you finished, one of them pulled up out of the moon and just brakes squealed. They ran for Baron because they must have realized they forgot it.
Yeah. No, they've ended up doing kind of a very efficient routing for the underworld, and splitting to the moon, right? Like based on what they discovered, that just caused them to delay and then skip Baron. And
yeah, we
that's
were
tough.
Concerned about that because we were like, how did they not finish? But then they could have ran up tower and found that before doing Fey March or before checking the Demis item or something. And if you do that, then the other team or teammate has to go and do those checks instead because you want to rush to the moon as fast as possible. And
Yeah, they skipped the Baron check and got rabbit hole on the moon, but not too badly.
That's good.
Yes.
So while we have a second before I forget, I want to make sure to say happy birthday to Demarine, and I feel bad that they weren't able to get a win on the big birthday day, but still happy birthday nonetheless.
Well, looks like she's gonna come in first on the team. She did hit the fight first. Syl's just coming into it right now, so that's certainly something.
And Invenerable just laid out the kind of the how everybody's status is right now. This puts you, the Quaks, to 2-1, and the Spelunkers will be down at 1 and 2, and then the Bakers and the Crushers still have their third match to play, sitting around, right? Like their third and I guess third match, because this is you should play 4, right? Like.
Yeah, because it's a round robin, so
no,
it's 3. Yep. So
3.
Bakers versus Crushers is still waiting, and then we will have our kind of final seeding.
Yeah, I'm unsure, but I think either way, that turns out we'll be double dipping next week.
Yes, yep. I think you two groups are going to be facing off against each other in the semis.
Yeah.
We'll have a nice rematch then, I hope.
Maybe we'll start with Palom this time.
Yeah.
You know what? I think this actually makes you the first team to win without getting your mascot first.
Yeah, I don't think we found Palom anywhere. Did the other team?
No, we didn't see Palom, didn't see Rydia.
Yeah, Porum was in Dwarf Castle.
Sorry,
but,
yeah.
But no Palom.
Well, a win without our mascot, it's not the best thing ever, but we'll take it.
You know what?
Yeah.
He's a kid. He needs time to just hang out, be a kid.
When Fusoya got to 1,000 HP, he did a reasonable Quack Kid impression of his own. She had 5 bosses down. That's a reasonably early Quake for Fusoya. Like, it's not insanely early, but 5 bosses is a little early.
Yeah, it's early enough you can get it for, pretty much any boss where you would need it.
Yeah, that was pretty welcome. Right before decided to run through tower, because I was a little on the fence about, do we need to do more bosses, but once you have Quake and that, I was able to route in the pink tail to get the adamant armor for him as well. I was like, oh, this should be fine. So.
Yeah, I noticed that that early dip for it, which that probably just smoothed out that hook a whole lot.
No Avengers, no loose adamant armors either, right?
Yeah, not that anybody ran into. And there is the flash for Demarine. GG to the birthday girl.
GG's.
And Syl should be coming up very shortly now.
Yeah, Sid rocking the respectable 3302 damage with the adamant with the Artemis.
I forgot to even buy Artemis arrows for my Sid. I just went in with mute arrows. But with Crystal Sword Cecil, it was like, Cecil is the one doing the damage.
Yeah, anything anybody else does is just a bonus. A small bonus.
Well, that was much better than our previous round where we had to go all the way through the moon to get our underworld access. I definitely prefer the more traditional way of doing things, so...
Actually,
yeah.
I think we came up with Magma Key might have been the only item on the moon. That was the only one we didn't find on the...
Yeah. I think that could be.
That's what I see as well.
Which, wouldn't that have been a kick in the pants? Like...
And I mean, the Sylvan Spelunkers ended up clearing out a lot of the moon and didn't run into it, so I kind of feel like it's like on Bahamut. Right? Like, it might be on Bahamut.
Scroll coming.
I just saw it on the spoiler log, so you're close. All right.
Ogo Pogo.
Yep.
Looks like the other team just finished, so GG's to them.
Yep. GG's, and we'll go ahead and drop off so they can get their interview. And thanks again, everybody, for doing commentary and tracking and all that to restreaming to make this a nice big event for everybody. We had a lot of fun, so thank you.
Yes, GG, and have a great rest of your afternoon.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Oh, I see we're joined by the Sylvan Spelunkers right now. GG to you both, and happy birthday, Deborine.
Yep, thank you. I was just telling Silverfire that an old tradition holds is that I have never finished anything other than second at anything I do on my birthday, no matter how many people are participating.
Well, there you go.
Keeping the tradition alive.
Sadly.
Sadly.
I noticed right in the finish that you sort of like brakes wheeled, you sort of turned this wheel right around that moment. Was that about when you realized that, oh no, it has to be Baron?
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, there was no way you're finishing that in 120 with the moon, so it was like, oh, we messed up. Well, we did the right thing. We did the right thing by going moon once we had the darkness crystal. It's just...
Yeah, I mean, it was a perfectly good play. It just wasn't the right play.
Yeah, like all things in free enterprise, sometimes it doesn't pay.
So I guess the interesting thing was that you came back up, you did this very efficient routing in the underworld. You came back up to the overworld, right? Like, and you could either get on the boat and go to the moon, or you could do Baron, right? Like, and you chose to continue splitting up the moon, right? Like, what was kind of the thought process?
The moon is so dense in spots to check that I find it to be better to split the moon and have both of us up there clearing spots, because in the time it would have taken me to check the 2 Baron spots, I checked 5 trapped chests and the Wyvern spot on the moon.
Yeah,
And,
no,
And I had 3 trap chests and 2 boss. I had 3 trap chests, 2 boss checks, and all the chests in Lunar Core.
Yeah, no, I mean, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
Just
it makes a
wanted to
lot of sense. It
just wanted to bring it up.
Yeah, and we basically said, if it's like, I think we were talking about it when we saw the first dot done, and we knew that the race was pretty well in hand at that point for our opponents, and we basically said, we put all our money on the moon. That's what we do, and if it's there, we win. It's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like if it had been on the moon, you would have had that. But well, the only thing on the moon was a magma key.
Yep.
But still, very nicely played from both of you.
Yeah, I
also
guess.
Berserker Rosa rep.
Yeah, Berserker Rosa. Yeah, there was a few minor pieces of comedy at the end. The other team sadly did the go to zero without Crystal because of how fast everything fell down at the end. They ended up like audibling out of picking up their Crystal to grind. One of them did. So it's...
Yeah, just forgot to pick it up. Cashed it in, didn't pick it up.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Did they get the darkness crystal?
Yes, but mostly due to a miscommunication at the end. They got past first, and then somebody ended up cashing in Sheila, basically by mistake.
Makes sense. But
Yes.
we get another shot next time round, right?
Yep. Rematch.
Yeah, he'll get your revenge, or somebody will get the revenge. And hey, I mean, you at least got Rosa right to start, so that was a nice birthday present.
and the grimoire using Sylph, right, like staying on brand.
Yeah, no, everything was falling right into place.
Ah. Is there anything else that you particularly wanted to mention about the seed, anything like that? Anything you thought was interesting that we apparently didn't catch?
I think it was incorrect for me to do the Mist Dragon. Oh, wait, no, I had to do Mist Dragon. Never mind.
Yeah, that was mandatory.
I was like, I didn't turn in my Sand Ruby, and I was like, was that a mistake? I don't think so. Crystal Sword Cecil's so powerful that I can buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I think at that point it's mostly just what do you prefer in a party at that point? I mean, you don't.
I mean, I prefer
is
Edge,
nice.
but do I prefer Edge for like enough to spend 45 seconds to get him at that point? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like, he's a nice to have. He's certainly not essential when you've got that Cecil in there.
Nah, I just wanted like literally anybody other than Porum, and seeing Edge in the bed was really nice.
Yeah, I was thinking when you got Porum, I'm like, she's probably not gonna stay. You're gonna ditch her at the first chance. I mean, even you, that's too much white mage.
No, it's not too much white mage. It's just that without a fourth mage to go hard reflect strats, it's not good enough for the finish. I'll save more than 45 seconds switching her up for a fighter than I will by trying to heal more.
Oh, fair enough. And I think that's gonna be it for us then. Everybody, do follow all of our racers, especially follow Demarine. Sub to Demarine. It is their birthday, and you get a cute sprite, Sylph emote. Other than that, though, we are going to go raid Obda Jr. after this. He is, let's see what he's doing right now.
He is probably preparing for the GDQ run of Free Enterprise because he's been practicing a ton.
That's what I'm hearing as well.
Yep, looks like he is on seed 36 of 100. He wants to do 100 before AGDQ. Let's all go cheer him on, wish him good luck, and, yes, and, see how he's doing for his AGDQ prep. And that'll be it for me. Anything you want to say, Mecha?
Not particular. Thanks for letting me commentate. This is actually my first commentation.
Your first words talking over people playing.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to send people over to Obda Jr. I am Mechalink, and our other commentator, Neon Gray.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Have a great day.